problem now? That's what I'm asking. What is the problem? Does it hurt
That's a valid question.
anybody's whatever sentence? That's what I want to know. I don't know because I haven't seen the film. I just wanted to know that they want to get back to him for what he had stated in the past 6-8 years ago, or is there something in this film which hurts the sentiments of
it's a good question, Nasir.
The majority?
It's a good question.
Thank
What's
you.
wrong with Lal Singh Chaddha that, now there's this huge controversy over it?
No, Nasirji, please, listen
Because there was a film before this, Thugs of Hindustan. I don't remember a controversy playing out then.
Yeah, Nasirji, please understand that submission. You belong to the movie industry, you are an artist. So you might be able to see in a very artistic way. But common people see the star, the movie, the celebrity, all in one kind of a mix. So earlier too, Thugs of Hindustan absolutely bombed. That's a different thing. But having said that, some comments were played, and PK, the Hindu deities, the posters were saying the Lapata and don't pour milk over Shiva. See, these are sensitive issues. At least if we can, I know express regret that some kind of issue has happened in the past. So these are things that can really hurt people.
Was an Akshay
we are very
Kumar
ordinary people who believe in our own customs.
When
a superstar raises questions...
Rahul, give Nasir a chance to respond. Give Nasir a chance to respond. Yes, Nasir.
So what they did in a few of the films, the one about the pouring of milk and all that, whatever, that is, I know the way they do it. But here is the deal. What they were doing, in my opinion, and what I know of, was exposing where the people are wrong. And we have had Swamis and saints and the Babas who are, some of them are in jail for life, etc. And there are other Swamis who misguide the people based upon their ignorance, etc. So it was also done. There was this film about Oh My God or something with Akshay Kumar, and they actually exposed this whole nexus of how the Mandir authorities waste the money, waste the milk, waste the food, and how it is a kind of a business, which is fine. You do what you like. The point is, they also, the film innocently depicted a person who's from another planet. He's a Martian, and he doesn't know what the hell is going on. So once upon a time it was okay. In a film called Baiju Bawra, Bharat Bhushan broke all the statues of Shiva, Vishnu and Krishna and Parvati many years ago. Black and white film. 1960. Nobody would have objected. But he was very angry with the gods because a loved one of his had been taken away from him. So they have these scenes. Nowadays, it is becoming very easily, the people are being made to get offended. I don't think most people are offended. I don't think so, okay? But maybe they are. But I think they are made to feel offended by bringing out these things. Oh, he said this. Oh, he said that.
Are people, Rahul, are people being instigated, or are they being hypersensitive? Nasir has given a number of examples of films, what's deemed to be artistic freedom. And PK in particular has been targeted. He also made a mention about an Akshay Kumar film. I don't see any outrage, any questions over Akshay Kumar or any boycott calls for him.
They're there. Even when Akshay Kumar...
They are there, I agree. Because next week one of his films, Raksha Bandhan, is releasing. But it's not because of Akshay Kumar that you're seeing boycott calls. It's about something the screenwriter of the film has said. When will this end then? Where do you draw the line?
Yes, there should be lines. Nobody is saying no. Nobody is, vouching for some kind of, extreme hate towards anyone. But at the same point of time, two submission. When Akshay Kumar also came up with, regarding that Godwala movie, there were very genuine criticism from what is perceived as the right wing or the dharmic people. They were saying Akshay Kumar is smoking our gods. It happened. And Baiju Bawra, it was a different era altogether. That Nehruvian era, the kind of era is no more. People are a bit more sensitive, respectful. I believe we have to be mutually respectful towards each other. This is not demeaning Aamir Khan or any great stars of ours. It is a mutual respect kind of thing, where a star, when he is perceived to hurt our sentiments in a big way, people get offended. Naraz ho jata hai. It is not like some kind of hatred.
But is it selective? Is it selective? Because Akshay Kumar's film released in 2012. 10 years on, why is there no outrage? Whereas for Aamir Khan, 7 years on, there's outrage.
I believe we shouldn't take the line of a Muslim activism call, because we all love our stars beyond Akshay Kumar, beyond Aamir Khan. They all belong to the entire India. They don't belong to Hindu or Muslim, exclusively. So I wouldn't, as a personal, on a personal scale, I wouldn't like to demarcate between them. But we all know they are great stars.
I'm glad you haven't done that. I'm glad you haven't done that. But the question is, are others? Are all of these people who are spreading this kind of a message on social media actually doing that?
See, let me be very blunt about it. I'm a Hindu activist, but at the same point of time, there are some people who are hypersensitive, hypercritical and all. But the core point is the star is the person who need to have a thick skin. He is a person who need to take it in the stomach. He is the person he or she is the person who should be able to stomach it. Because they are
That's
public
fine,
figures.
but Rahul, the problem is that now it affects their business, it affects their film, right? It is not just about the stars, it's about so many others who've also worked on the film. But Nasir, from what Rahul has said, essentially the message is, you reap what you sow. And when Aamir Khan was part of a film like PK, and it clearly hurt religious sentiments, there was a lot of outrage over a lot of the scenes and how Hindu gods were portrayed. Should he have seen this coming, this kind of backlash?
Yeah, I don't think because let me tell you one very clear thing. They did not for the life of them do it with the intention that, it'll be fun, we're going to offend some people. No. It was a comic situation of a person who does not understand the sensibilities and the traditions of the Hindu people, how they worship their gods. So obviously he was reacting in a certain way because he's an illiterate Martian from Mars or whatever. So that is a given. There is no way that anybody can pre-plan this. They cannot. What they want to do is they want the people to enjoy, either be very, very animated and engaged, or have a good laugh and enjoy. And the humor was there.
Message,
it was amazingly
you know, Nasir,
funny.
I've been going through a lot of reactions. I've been going through a lot of reactions on social media. The message essentially is this: would there be any other religion that would have been mocked in the same way in the film by Aamir, and would they have gotten away with it? Is it a question of, tolerance and now intolerance showing? Yes, but then there was absolutely no problem.
Yeah. Amongst the Christians and the Western culture, there is fun and jokes are cracked about Jesus, all the disciples and God and what he said and what he did about Mary Magdalene, all the followers. There are huge jokes and they're always happening. I know that for a fact. We all know that. But unfortunately, in the Asian countries, more on this side in the Middle East, the Middle East is crazy. They will not even tolerate one slight thing about their about the prophet or the religion or anything like that. So, I don't like that, but it is the way they are. But what I'm saying is, in films like that, in the films that we have some objection to, there is no intent. The intent is to entertain.